Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Nebula. I'm back finally with a new mic. Hope everything sounds good. This is going to be part 1 of my Evil Bass tutorial series. I was originally going to do it all in one video, but it's way too much, and I wouldn't want to watch a video that long for a tutorial. So we're going to go over all of these sounds throughout this series. We're going to do 2 or 3 per video, just depending on how they group together, because some of them are very closely related. But in this video, we are going to be talking about the standard vocalized Evil Bass, which sounds like this. The non-vocalized version, which I hate. It's the most useless sound in Beatbox, I swear. And super Evil Bass, which I'm not very good at, but I know it enough to teach it. It's very close to high octave vibration bass, but it's not quite the same. But before we get into the teachings of the sounds, of course, we're going to go over the basic information, the anatomy, the development of these sounds, and how much they hurt. So for the anatomy, Evil Bass it's pretty simple. There's not much to Evil Bass. It's the arytenoids. The arytenoids are 2 little cartilages that are above your false folds, and they connect to the area epiglottic folds. When you constrict your throat in a certain way, it puts pressure on the arytenoids and they start to vibrate. And you get that really gritty type of vibration. That's the arytenoids. The arytenoids are used in just about every vocal bass. Not all, but most of them. Throat bass, vibration bass, chest bass, all the variations. But for Evil Bass, they are the primary component. It's just the arytenoids pretty much for most Evil Bass sounds. And I think that's why it hurts so much, because you're putting a lot of stress on these 2 little pieces of cartilage. And they can also phonate on their own. Like, that sounds like it's vocalized, but it isn't. So that was me bringing my voice in and back out. So that's a cool little feature about the arytenoids. They can sort of produce an actual tone on their own without the help of the vocal cords. So, like I said, there's not much to it in terms of anatomy. That's pretty much all it is. A disclaimer here: Evil Bass hurts really bad. Like, I'm finally breaking the streak of sounds don't hurt me. These sounds hurt a lot, guys. So take as many breaks as you need. Drink as much water as you need. Like, don't overdo this, because there is actually a real risk involved with Evil Bass. I've fortunately never had anything happen in my throat related to Evil Bass. There are some other types of side effects, though, that I will talk about in a moment. But Thomas Zachary, when he learned hard bass, which is a variation of Evil Bass, he said that, he was coughing up blood. He had trouble swallowing and eating for days. Like, be very careful. Another type of side effect is like pressure in your head. These sounds are very constricted. You are cutting off airflow. So if you push it too hard, you might end up getting tension headaches. That actually happened to me. When I was training a bunch of these sounds, I ended up getting a really bad tension headache for weeks. That's actually one of the reasons why this video has taken so long, because I had to stop like everything. I couldn't practice anything. Yeah. Be mindful. If you start feeling uncomfortable doing these sounds, just stop. Take a break. Come back to it later, okay? A little bit of pain is normal. It's that, that's the case for all vocal sounds pretty much. They probably will hurt for a while, but it will get less and less the more you practice, right? But don't overdo it. With all of that out of the way, evil bass itself. Some people teach this sound as like gagging or vomiting. That can work. Some people teach it as doing throat bass, and you tense it up like really tight. That's how I learned evil bass. Now, I should also say that the first form of evil bass that I learned was not it was okay. It was a lot lower. I will teach that in the next video. I'm not teaching it first though, because that's not your typical evil bass, right? But for now, we're just going to talk about the standard evil bass, okay? So first, you're going to want to do throat bass. And you want to close off your throat. Like, so throat bass tensed voice. Evil bass tensed voice would be like okay, so that's just to give a little demonstration of the difference between the vocal tensions. So if you do throat bass and you sort of close off like the bottom, I guess, like push it to the back of your throat. Like, and really tighten it up. That should be what you end up with. Most people can actually probably do this. It's just very painful. You just like really, really tense up in your throat, and you just try and like push a throat bass through it. The other method is to do a gag/vomit position, and then you apply throat bass to that. That also works. So think about when you throw up. You want to sort of just try and, like I said previously, push a throat bass through it. And that should result in evil bass. Like that, there's not really much to it. It's just very painful. It's very uncomfortable at first. And because you are using throat bass to get to this, it's already going to be vocalized. Okay? That's why I'm teaching it first. I believe it's a lot easier to learn it that way. It's more natural. Removing the voice from it can be difficult. It was for me, and I hate doing it non-vocalized. It's so uncomfortable. It's still painful even for me. It puts a lot of strain on the arytenoids. But to learn unvocalized evil bass, that's really all you do, is you just try and maintain that, and you take your voice out of it. And it does get a little breathy. It's not easy, but it's easier if you add more breath into it. Okay, so like with the voice, it's very closed off. Almost no air is coming through. When you remove the voice, it quite literally becomes a whisper. I'm sure you can hear that. And also, yeah, for evil bass, you can see my tongue is kind of like lifting in the back. That can help get in the right position, because it is, like I said, it's kind of like gagging, right? Okay. The sound itself should not make you gag. It never made me gag. There's only one variation that does. And I'm going to talk about it probably in the last part of the series. So non-vocalized. It's very uncomfortable. I don't really see any practical use for this sound. I don't ever hear anyone using it. But it is useful to know how to do it for other sounds. Okay, so consider it sort of like a prerequisite in a way. Now, the third sound of this video is super evil bass. So this sound was coined by TMJ/DJ Bean. All it is, at least from my understanding, is you want to take the normal vocalized evil bass and you want to sort of like, you don't want to tense it up more, but you want to push it more. Like you're trying to shout with it almost. So again, be careful with this. You could really probably hurt yourself. And also, you want to layer it with a tongue placement on the roof of your mouth. When you do this, it sort of creates this type of filter. And then just like send my voice through it. Like regular evil bass. Versus super evil bass. You can hear it's noticeably louder. This is one of the ones that I didn't really practice that much because of the pressure, right? Because I have to like really just push evil bass, which is already very constricted. This one it's hard for me to really explain it because there's really, like, I'm not doing anything. I'm just making evil bass louder. But it can be tricky, like, because it's already a very constricted sound. You can't really tense it up any more than that. Really, you want to maintain the pressure, but project your voice through it. Like I said, trying to yell through the evil bass. And that's really all it comes down to, is finding a way to stabilize the vibration while making your voice louder on top of it. But yeah, I think that is just about it for part 1. I'm trying not to fly through these because I don't want to leave anything out, but I'm also trying to get through them quickly because it's a lot that I still have to record, and like I don't want to just fill these videos with nonsense, right? But quick recap. Standard vocalized evil bass. You want take your throat bass, and you want to tense it up as much as you possibly can. Okay. Non-vocalized. It's not very practical, but it's helpful to know for future sounds. You just remove the voice. Okay. Super evil bass. Regular vocalized evil bass, but you want to just really send your voice through it. Yeah. It's not fun. So yeah, this has been part 1. Part 2, I will be talking about evil vibration bass, which is, it's going to encompass 2 sounds, but they're grouped into one because technically it is one technique. High octave vibration bass and low octave vibration bass. I will talk more about it in the next video. If you guys have any questions about these 3 sounds, leave me a comment and I will do my best to clear up any confusion. Hopefully I got the point across well enough. I mean, there's not really that much to these sounds. It's the ones that are coming later that I'll go more in depth on because there's more to discuss. But I wanted to get these 3 simple ones out of the way. Hopefully this tutorial was good enough. It's been a long time coming. So yeah, be sure to like and subscribe if you want more tutorials and any other future content. I've been Nebula. I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.